The desert of Dubai spread endlessly beneath the rising sun, golden dunes shimmering like molten gold under the first light. A soft breeze carried the scent of warm sand and the distant echo of unseen creatures. Standing atop a high dune was Sheikh Hamdan bin Muhammad Al Maktoum, known to the world as Fazza. Perched on his arm was his most loyal companion, a magnificent falcon named Sakhr, its sharp eyes scanning the horizon with an intensity only the desert could inspire. Sakhr was not just a bird. It was a symbol of courage, freedom, and the unbreakable spirit of the desert. But to Fazza, it was more than that. It was a friend, a teacher, and a reflection of his own soul. From a moment he found the young falcon years ago, injured and trembling on a rocky cliff, a bond had formed between them. While others might have abandoned the weak bird, Fazza had seen a spark of determination in its gaze, a fire that refused to die. He had nursed Sakhr back to health with patience and care, feeding it by hand, speaking gently, and slowly earning its trust. When the falcon finally spread its wings and took flight, it did not leave. It returned to Fazza, choosing him as its lifelong companion. Every morning before the sun fully rose, Fazza would travel into the heart of the desert with Sakhr. The world was quiet there, the endless dunes stretching toward the horizon, untouched by roads or noise. Fazza would remove the falcon's hood and whisper softly, "Show me your spirit." With a sharp cry that echoed across the sands, Sakhr would launch into the sky, ascending like a streak of lightning. Fazza observed every movement, how the falcon folded its wings to dive, how it tilted and rode the invisible currents of wind, how instinct and intelligence guided its flight. Fazza had learned as much from Sakhr as the falcon had from him. Patience, precision, courage, and loyalty. The falcon embodied these qualities, and Fazza carried them into every part of his life. The two shared a language beyond words, a connection deeper than friendship. In the silence of the desert, they were equals, one of flesh, one of feather, both bound by trust. As they trained, word spread of Fazza's remarkable falcon. Soon, the day came for the desert's grand falconry competition, where the finest birds and their masters from across the Emirates gathered. The stakes were high. Only the most skilled, most synchronized duo would claim victory. Fazza and Sakhr stood among the competitors, calm and focused. The other falcons were trained for speed, strength, and obedience, but Fazza knew that Sakr's greatest strength was its mind, its trust, and its bond with him. When it was their turn, Fazza raised his arm, allowing Sakhr to feel the warm desert wind. With a commanding cry, the falcon launched into the sky, its flight a breathtaking spectacle. It soared higher than any other, its wings slicing through the air with flawless precision. Then, with a sudden twist, it dove toward the sand, circling around invisible obstacles, following Fazza's subtle signals. The crowd watched in awe as the falcon captured its target, a small mechanical lure moving across the desert, with unmatched speed and accuracy. It returned to Fazza's arm in a smooth, powerful glide, landing as if it were one with him. Cheers erupted, but Fazza only smiled quietly, knowing that the true victory lay in their connection, not the applause. Days passed, and Fazza and Sakhr continued their adventures. One afternoon, the desert revealed a real challenge. A hare had wandered into the dunes, swift and alert. Fazza decided it was time for Sakhr to demonstrate its true hunting skills. The falcon took off from his arm, eyes locked on the prey. Fazza guided it subtly with gestures and calls, and Sakhr responded instinctively, diving and twisting with incredible precision. The desert seemed to hold its breath as the falcon caught the hare with perfect accuracy, then returned triumphantly to Fazza's arm. In that moment, there was no doubt Sakhr was not just a falcon. It was a force of nature, a symbol of loyalty, strength, and unity between man and beast. Fazza often reflected on these moments. The desert was more than sand and heat. It was a classroom, a sanctuary, and a mirror of life itself. Through Sakhr, He learned the value of patience and persistence. Through his own guidance, he discovered leadership rooted in respect and trust. Together, they faced every challenge, from fierce winds and scorching sun to the delicate balance of hunting and training. Their bond was unbreakable, a silent understanding that transcended words. Years passed, and Fazza became known not just as a prince, but as a symbol of courage, skill, and grace. Sheikh remained by his side, a loyal companion in every endeavor. Together, they inspired countless others to value trust, respect, and harmony with nature. The desert watched them, timeless and silent, as the sun set behind the golden dunes, painting the sky with streaks of crimson and amber. Fazza looked down at his companion and whispered, "You are not just a falcon. You are my wings, my spirit, my reminder of what loyalty truly means." The bond of man and falcon endured beyond competitions, hunts, and adventures. It was a story written in the sand, carried by the wind, and echoed through the golden dunes of Dubai, a story of courage, trust, and the unshakable loyalty of a PR. Fazza and Sheikh flew together, not just across the desert, but across the hearts of those who witnessed their extraordinary companionship. And in every flight, in every dive, in every return to the prince's arm, they reminded the world that true loyalty is not commanded. It is earned, nurtured, and shared with love. As the stars began to shine over the quiet desert night, Fazza set Sheikh gently on the edge of the dune. The falcon's eyes reflected the moonlight, calm and vigilant, ready for the next adventure. Fazza smiled, knowing that whatever the future held, they would face it together, wings and spirit united, forever loyal. The desert remained, eternal and silent, but their legend, the wings of loyalty, soared higher than any dune, reaching across time, a testament to trust, courage, and the enduring bond between a prince and his falcon.